I heard her voice before I saw her, low, urgent, threading to the cracked door of her bedroom like something half swallowed by guilt. Mom's making a huge mistake. Dad deserves to know. My hand froze mid-step on the stair rail. Breath slowed, but my legs carried me forward anyway. A heartbeat later, the house fell into that thick, loaded silence, the kind that knows a storm's coming. Then I heard the hitch in her breath when she saw me standing in the doorway. Her face drained of color, like a watercolor bleeding out in the rain. What should I know? I asked, voice low. She didn't answer, just reached, trembling, into her desk drawer and pulled out a thick white envelope, sealed, my name penned across the front in her handwriting. She handed it to me without a word, then sat down on the edge of her bed like something inside her had snapped in half. Tears rolled freely down her face, streaking her cheeks like surrender flags. Everything you thought about our family is a lie. I opened the envelope with fingers that felt too steady for what was about to come. Inside were pages, receipts, photographs, screenshots of messages. Pages and pages. Enough to drown someone. That night, I called the police. But 5 months earlier, we were still pretending. Lisa would kiss my cheek like clockwork before heading out for yoga. I'd nod, sip my coffee, keep my eyes on the numbers crawling across my laptop screen, while she danced through lie after lie like it was choreography. 17 years of marriage, a daughter we both adored, a house we built from raw dirt and dreams, and somehow she lied through it all as if the truth had never been worth the weight it carried. Sometimes I wondered if I was the one misremembering things. That's how deep it ran, how convincing she was. Smiles, routines, carefully staged affection, gaslit not by cruelty, but by comfort. It was Ellie, our daughter, who saw it first. That spring, she started pulling away, her eyes too quiet, her phone guarded like a secret she didn't want to carry anymore. I blamed hormones. Teen years, the usual turbulence. I was wrong. She'd already seen what I hadn't. The midnight whispers, the lock screens, the hotel bookings under names that didn't exist. She had evidence before I even had suspicion. That irony still cuts deeper than anger. The first time I saw Lisa with him, I didn't feel rage. I felt clarity. Cold and clean. Just a time-stamped photo. I remember the exact second it was taken. Then I turned and walked away, my expression blank. I didn't shout, didn't flinch, didn't confront. I've learned over the years that emotion is a leak. I patched mine long ago. Instead, I began writing everything down. Every hush call, every deleted message I recovered. Every transfer from our joint account into one labeled freelance fund. Cute name. She thought she was clever. She thought I was distracted, overworked, too trusting. She was right for a time, but not anymore. By July, I had what I needed. Data, surveillance, audio files, even a clean copy of the prenuptial agreement she had conveniently chosen to forget. Still valid, still airtight. And I had Ellie, quietly watching from the edge of the lie, quietly unraveling. She gave me her trust before she gave me that envelope. Smart girl, smarter than either of us ever deserved. I let Lisa bury herself. She told me she was planning a trip to Portland in August. I smiled, helped pack her bags, even tucked a GPS tracker into the lining without so much as a second thought. She left. I didn't follow, not physically. I followed her in the glow of screens and coordinates, in the quiet hum of data streams. She met him again. This time, I had enough. Enough for the district attorney. Enough for the kind of fallout you don't walk away from. I wasn't looking for a dramatic explosion. That's too easy. Too short-lived. I wanted something slower. Public. Irrevocable. The final blow came at the school charity gala. Lisa was chairing the event, center stage, spotlighted. She wore a wine-colored dress, the same one I bought her for our anniversary. She glowed like a woman, untouched by consequence. I waited. When she stepped off the stage, all smiles for the local press, I handed a thick folder to the officer stationed near the door. He read it once, then glanced at me, nodded. They waited until the last photo was snapped. Then 2 detectives approached her calmly, professionally, There was no scene, just a pause, a hesitation in her walk, and then the unmistakable click of handcuffs. Her smile froze mid-expression. The air in the room split in two, shock and shame pouring into the space left behind. Embezzlement, fraud, misuse of nonprofit funds, wire transfers traced back through months of deceit, all linked to her and that whimsical little freelance fund. This time, the cost wasn't mine. She screamed my name as they led her away. Screamed for Ellie. For anyone. I didn't respond. Ellie stood beside me. Her hands were steady. Her eyes dry. The aftermath was surgical. I filed for divorce the next day. The prenup left her with nothing. No house, no accounts, not even a car. She used my money to fund her affair. She used her charity role to cover it. The state handled the rest. She'll serve time. He disappeared into the wind, an opportunity gone wrong. I never needed to touch him. He wasn't the betrayal. She was. A few weeks later, Ellie asked me, quiet over cocoa one evening, why I hadn't just left when I found out. I looked her straight in the eyes. Because people like her don't deserve a clean exit, I said. They deserve to watch the floor collapse beneath the lie they built. She nodded once, and there was something solid in her expression, an understanding that didn't need to be spoken aloud. Some nights now, I sit by the fireplace with glass in hand, watching the flames curl and devour with like memory. This house is quiet, peaceful. No more shadows crawling across the walls. No more whispers behind locked doors. The lie is dead here. The truth lives and breathes in these rooms now. Ellie laughs again. She plays music, leaves her door open, sleeps through the night without a weight on her chest. And that's everything. Revenge isn't fury. It isn't heat or violence. It's patience, precision. It's knowing exactly when to strike and when to let silence speak louder than any scream ever could.